Pop those bottles down. We're gonna pop those bottles down. Kelechi, I say pop those bottles down. We're gonna pop those bottles down. A Nigerian coach, pop those bottles down. We're gonna pop those bottles down. You don't need Europe to succeed. Pop those bottles down. We're gonna pop those bottles down. We're gonna talk about your boy Salah. Yes, we're here. We live. We live. We live. We live. Look, Hazem. First off, before we even do anything, Hazem, I have to do this, bro. Hazem, I have to take a sip for my boys. Hazem, I have to take a sip.
Come on, bro. Don't advertise the alcohol to the kids.
I have to take a sip for my boys, man.
Come on, bro.
Because Hazem, you see, Hazem, I've suffered a lot. Ever since that CL win that Chelsea had, I have suffered. I have been in such a negative mood. And Austin and Guavo mixed in with Iheanacho and the boys, Moses, all the boys indeed, they have put a massive smile on my face. So, Coach Austin, Estini, Egua, Oga Egua, I'm going to call him Von. Oga Von, I'm going to call him Von. Echi, yeah. I'm going to Echi. I'm going to Lechi. Your boy Lechi and Von, this is for you, man.
Do not drink, guys. Do not drink. I'm not condoning this. I'm against it.
Just me. So look, Hazem, I want us to go back to our pre-match preview. And when I told you that, are you sure about this Carlos Queiroz guy? Because for me, I was like, I know what this guy's about. I said, isn't this guy a very defensive manager? Now, I'll be real with you. The way Egypt played didn't surprise me. How well Nigeria played surprised me. Because I know what Croatia is about. A manager does not drastically change their philosophy. I knew that this guy is a defensive-minded, pragmatic guy. So my thing is, okay, how are they now going to use Salah? How are Nigeria going to stop Salah? But how are Nigeria going to play? But what shocked me the most, Hazem, is how well Guavo got the, because you have to remember that for all the years on, bro, that is the best I've seen Nigeria play. They've never played as well as that under Raw. Never.
Really well.
They've never, because my thing, and again, as it goes back to what I said before about when Egypt won those three, that my thing is find, and it may be hard, but find a manager of your country. Find him, however hard it may be. Find a manager of your country because he understands the psychosis. Because for me, Egypt, they are a footballing team. They're not a defensive team. They're a team that throw men forward and really try to move the ball around and are proactive. So for Nigeria, they're like, wait a minute, these guys, how are you throwing any guys forward? And because my thing was, this is the most shocking thing. Because we're going to talk about Iheanacho's goal. We're going to talk about Iheanacho's goal, but the thing that shocks me is the response to Nigeria's goal. Because I was like, man, if Egypt score, full on defense, I don't know what's going to happen. But I said, if Nigeria score, Egypt don't have to come out. But the shocking thing was, Nigeria scored and Egypt were still playing cagey. I was like, wait, you're 1-0 down. You need to get back into the game. What the hell?
Yeah, we only started playing in the second half. The whole first half we were sleeping. And but to be honest, I don't think it's just about defensive or attacking football. I don't think it's about that. And regarding Queiroz, he disappointed me a lot. I put a lot of trust in Queiroz because I know that he's a top coach and he succeeded with Iran for many years. And so he's an adaptable coach, but he disappointed me a lot. Like this game tactically was Queiroz's big failure. I'm not gonna give up on him. I'm not gonna say that.
Oh no.
But let me explain.
It's only one game.
He's defensive. Queiroz, he pretty much got everything wrong in the first half. And in the post match analysis, he said that he doesn't know what happened to the team in the first half. Well, he put out the team completely wrong in the first half. I don't know what he's talking about because, first of all, why are you playing players out of position? Why is Salah playing on the number 9 position? Salah was playing
Yeah,
as a striker
because
in the first half,
you,
and Mustafa Mohammed was playing on the
that's
wing.
because for me,
Why
because
are you putting?
yeah, because in my mind, I was saying because the big thing was okay. How do you not get the whole something? And it's almost the same thing with like Cristiano. Because what's the biggest mistake you can make is, oh, he's the best player. He scores loads of goals. Put him as striker. No,
What?
he gets his goals from out wide. And the thing about being out
You're
wide
cutting
is
out.
you have much more space. As a striker, you don't have the space you have as a striker as you do as a wide man. So for me, I was like, because my thing is, if you put him as striker,
Bro, yeah.
the ball has to get to him.
But look, and he just swapped Salah and our striker Mustafa Mohammed, who was playing on the wing and was completely non-existent, and Salah was the target man, and we're playing over the head balls to Salah, and you have 3 meter tall guys like Ekong and the other defenders who are just literally intercepting everything. Why are you playing over the head balls to Salah as a striker? Like, is that the tactics that Queiroz is coming into the game with? And in addition to this, what other players were out of position as well. Why was Trezeguet in midfield suddenly? Like, this guy's a winger and he's playing in midfield with El Nini all of a sudden.
No, no,
Trezeguet.
but see, my thing,
And
look,
no, but
I
wait, let me just, because there's so many mistakes in this first half that I'm gonna have to just like lay it out. So that's the first thing. The second thing is it was the fullback that got injured at the beginning. Like, that was really impactful for us. But the guy that came on for him was really horrible. But the second thing is El Nini.
wait. Red Devil, I've sent you the link. Get your ass in here, Red Devil. Get your bloody pessimistic ass. I've sent you the link on Twitter. Red Devil, I need you in his hangouts right now. Click on that bloody link. Sorry, it hasn't continued.
Yeah. Look, this is the second thing. Look at the way we're playing in the first half. Look at the midfield, the attack and defense. Look at the distances between the midfield and the defense and the midfield and the attack. Huge distances. In the goal that Nigeria scored, where was the midfield? I think Moses Simon crossed the ball, and literally no one from the midfield was. The midfield were up the pitch somewhere, and it was only the 4 defenders that were trying to block the goal. Okay, so where was the? Why are you playing so disconnected football? And also the whole right side, Moses. All the attacks from Nigeria in the first half, it was coming from the side of Moses Simon, from that left wing. Okay, the whole time it was coming from that side. The right side, Chukwueze wasn't really doing anything. It was mostly Moses Simon, making those runs. So why aren't you putting one of the midfielders to help out the fullback, especially when Akram Tawfiq got injured? Why aren't you putting El Nini or Hamdi Fathi to help out the flank when you have Moses Simon destroying everyone over there with his pace and his crossing? You have to do that, and even in the second half, he didn't do it. So that's the thing. Why are you're playing disconnected football? You're just shooting balls up the pitch. You have no tactics. There's no build-up play, and in the second half, we suddenly started playing, and when you brought on players like Zizo, for me the only 2 good players today were Shinawi and Zizo, because they actually made a difference. When you bring on players like Zizo, they actually started playing build-up play. El Nini cannot play football. Okay. El Nini is slow as hell, man. Like, Nigeria's physicality was all over him. He was taking 1 hour to turn around with his hair like a tree.
No, but I think
so. Like, we don't have time for this guy, bro.
No, but here's the key,
bro.
No, but I understand your frustration. I understand. Well, Hansen, we need to talk about your boys. We need to talk about you. We need to talk about
1 second. I'm gonna get to Nigeria. Let me just conclude. But don't worry. I'm gonna get to Nigeria because you guys played really well. But yeah, but just to conclude about the thing, we need to start midfielders that are able to play the ball, because Nigeria were all over us, and physically they were getting to all the second balls and so forth. We weren't prepared for this game mentally or physically. Okay, and Queiroz completely failed tactically. We need to play more like in the second half. And also, like, one last thing, when Abdullah Said needs to start. We need creative players in the midfield, basically. Okay, now coming to, oh yeah, and just one thing about Salah. Like, don't Salah didn't have the best game, but it's not his fault. Like, Nigeria put 3 players on him, and we played him as a number 9. So it's like he barely got any chances, and like, come on, you can't blame the guy. Like, if you're an honest football fan, you can't blame him. Just to put that out there. But Nigeria, okay, let's come to Nigeria. Like, to be honest, I was really, really impressed with Nigeria. Very, very impressed with Nigeria. Like, you guys came to this game, it
I
seemed
think
as if it was men playing against boys in terms of physicality, first of all. Like, you guys came every second ball, you guys were fighting for it. You were already there. You physically, and every second ball, you're making the right pass. You're making the right counter attack. Quick passes, not slow ass passes like Egypt was taking half an hour to pass the ball. No, quick passes, and sticking to your man. They weren't letting Salah move. Every time Salah touched the ball, these guys were already all over him. Every time any Egyptian player touched the ball, the Nigerian players were all over. Ndidi controlled the midfield completely. And there was nothing any Egyptian player could do anything about it. And Moses Simon, I'm so impressed by that guy. Moses Simon on the wing. That guy is quality, man. That, like, he
quality,
was
quality.
quality. The way
No, no,
he's
no.
just
But
wreaking
he just
havoc
needs
on
to.
the
But
wing.
he's crossing his final ball though. If he has
Yeah,
a final ball, then he's a serious. But his final ball needs to be better.
but he's quality, man. Like, if he just gets the final ball, like, this guy can be the star of AFCON. Like, no one can deal with it with his pace and his dribbling, you know. So Moses Simon, respect.
No, no,
And
but real quick, but see, Hazard, remember what I said to you in the preview? I said that, 'cause remember, we did a focus on 2 players, Salah and Kelechi. I said that Kelechi,
yeah,
this could be his tournament because he owes Nigeria a tournament. And that goal,
yeah,
I think, could be something because for me, like, again, I'm a guy where you have to watch the game. That goal is one thing. His overall play. I remember what I said. I said I think that if a Guavo is smart and see, that's it. Say Guavo, he understands. I said play him behind a striker. Don't play because that
yeah,
was his role. Play him as like a guy just behind the striker. We move, and that was the thing, man.
yeah. Yeah, so and yeah, so it's all about that. You know, Kelechi, he's able to do well as well. But you know, Chukwueze didn't do much in the second half. He had some good counter attacks, but he
Yeah,
couldn't
no, no,
finish
no.
it
I
off.
mean, coming back from injury, like
Like,
he's not sharp. He's not sharp
I
yet.
think he's not ready
No,
yet.
no, no. Basically, that guy, Ejuke, the guy that came in from Ejuke was actually a lot
Yeah,
sharper than him. So
yeah. Ejuke was really good. And the whole midfield basically was the midfield of Nigeria was really ready for this game. They were getting all the second balls and intercepting everything, and they were close to the Egyptian midfield, and they were connected, unlike the Egyptian midfield and defense. And the defenders,
um,
Ekong, again, great game. And they were sticking together as a line. The defense were not letting anyone pass. So Nigeria as a whole, I think Nigeria can go really far in this tournament.
no, no,
And I,
no,
and
see,
I
it has to
think,
see my thing that
if
looks
you guys just
see my thing that look for me. I take every game, game by game by game by game by game. But my thing is that why I'm so happy is it is like night and day because I'm like because I said remember in the preview I said let these guys play. Let these guys just express themselves. Let these guys just be able to show what they're able to do, and that's what they did. Because
and the thing is, yeah, and
no, no,
you
actually,
guys are able to,
let me just land because
yeah,
I want to bring in other guys. I want to bring in other guys quickly, but let me just land because my thing about it was like when Iheanacho got that goal, it's like if that was just the turning point, which is why it was such an important moment in the game was when he was able to get that goal because when
that
he got
was a
that
great
goal,
thing.
the
Yeah,
confidence was just brimming through and you could like basically the stuff that Simon Moses was doing, he'd never do it on the Raw. That's because you have to have a manager that understands and breeds that kind of confidence into this team that other guys can't breed, man. So actually, let me just take some dubs to see what guys are saying, man, and then I'll come to some of you guys. So Ice Freeze says Pyramid Werner not showing up. Hashtag Ice3
bro, what do you
tax.
expect him to do? He's been playing as a striker, bro, as a number 9, where you're literally inviting 3 players
No,
to
no,
just
yeah,
go
yeah,
on
it
it.
was tricky. It was tricky. Okay, your boy Ivorian Sharp, man. Thank you for the dub, man. Ian Nacho is talented, man. Thank you. He was able to play like Prime Batistuta and Prime Sims at the same time. What? I mean by Prime Sim. Also, Simon crosses like he has Tourette's. Ivorian child, is this hate or something? Worry about your boys Ivory Coast. You worry about Ivory Coast. We worry about that. So worry about the elephants. Leave the eagles alone. You focus on the elephants. Let the eagles fly and let them fly through, man. So come on, man. Just where is it? Casey says Welsh Dan James greater than Egyptian Salah. Relax. It's one game, man. It's one game. Relax, man. From Mohammed Salah Ahmed Marus Gali says, help me. It ain't easy without Klopp and Trent. Oh, but here we go. Here we go. Here we go. La Coban man says, people told me Bosala would cook my Nigeria. So football is complex, man. Football is a complex thing, man. Algeria Football Federation. We drew just to make teams feel they have a chance. Yeah, but and your boy at comment says the Egyptian Werner deserved this. Man, look, he has to come back. I think, look, he has to come back strong. I think in the next game he'll come. Like, if those changes are made, he can come back strong. So because I want to leave RDS to last because I want to abuse him. So let me bring your boy Friendly Beast. So Friendly Beast, man, thoughts on like Red. Reach your mic, right? I'll deal with you afterwards. Friendly Beast, talk to me, man.
Yeah, HH, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, bro. Almost.
Yeah, I would say basically this is the best Nigerian game I've watched in a very, very long time. I won't
We
lie,
never played
under
as good as this
Genetro.
under Raw. Under Raw, we
See,
never played as good as this.
under
Never.
Genetro, it was torture. If someone wants to get you to make a confession, you've committed a
Yeah.
crime and they want you to confess, just put a Genetro football before you. In 30 minutes time you will spill out everything you've ever done and the things you even intend to do, man. It started well. I won't just cancel the man. He started
Yeah,
well,
no, it's
but
true. It's
all
true.
of a sudden the downward spiral was bad. Men, we were looking horrible against Central African Republic. I could not understand. Okay, yes, both the first leg and the second leg it was horrible. So bringing in Austin Guavo, I just knew that it will be. Now see, we'll talk about his appointment, appointing a new Portuguese coach before this tournament, and the guy is going to take over after Guavo, after the tournament, and all that, the advantages and disadvantages. But I will tell you, it has successfully played right into the hands of Guavo. It's not under any pressure to deliver this outcome.
No. But my thing is this: what if Nigeria play well and do well?
Believe you me, I was just discussing it with my guys here.
With this way guys are not thinking. Is my thing is that now it's only one game, but this is a fantastic first game against Egypt and so forth. Now, what if they don't win the tournament, but they play well, they perform well, they look good? Does he still step aside for that man from the road in Portugal?
Believe you me, I've been looking at the record of this coach and it's not good at all. Now, I like the way he kept, his post-match analysis simple. He said they did three things today. One, cut off the supplies to Mohamed Salah and ensure he was properly marked. The second one is
true.
high press. They pressed very well. And the third one is mixing it up. So we can go long,
Facts.
get the ball to Awoni, or we can go short. We can play through middle, get the ball to Joe Aribo, to Kelechi Iheanacho, mix things up, and then we are good to go. So he explained those three things. Sometimes tactics doesn't have to be too complicated. Keep it simple and make it easy. I saw
keep it simple, keep it effective. Keep it simple, keep it effective.
I'm telling you, I looked at the lineup today, and I would say there's a reason why Moses Simon reminds me so much of.
Wait, yeah. You look at that lineup. What is the key thing about that lineup? No Iwobi. How many times Iwobi was like a natural starter for Raw in every single way. So in his first lineup, no Iwobi, he gives Awoni a chance. So you can already see that for Egwavon, he already understands the kind of rubbish that idiot was already doing before. But continue.
Now, the beautiful thing about these performances, it's not a 1-0 win that we scraped. No, it was a win that we deserved. Like, it was a fantastic. Yes, there were spells in the game. You won't control a game for 95 minutes. So there were spells in the game where the Egyptian side naturally grew into the game. But believe you me, overall, we were the better team. And we played better. Like, if we were clinical, this would have been 2-3. So what we need to do now is to build on this performance. We don't sleep on it, but build on it. I would say,
and also the key thing is composure. What I would say to guys is that, is this good?
Yeah.
In our final third, take your time. Think about what
Yeah,
you're doing.
because that was
Compose
the main
yourself.
thing for Nigeria. This game could have been 2-3-0 for
Well,
Nigeria.
you know,
If not,
you know what I mean? Like,
the wrong decisions
it
by
should have
Nigeria
been
in the
3-0,
final
but
third.
composure.
And composure, and also our goalkeeper was great. Shanawa had a great game, by the way.
So I say I will still give Chukwueze has not been great. He's been, returned from injury and all that. So I'll still give him the game I'll still give him game time in our next game. But if it's the same, then make the substitution early. Bring in Ejike, the guy from Moscow. He's a very, very good guy. Like he just showed that if Chukwueze is not ready for this tournament, someone else is waiting to take up his place. So I'll say that's one side settle. Then for Moses Simon, we've seen the quality, but at the same time, we also need to ensure that it's not overused, protect these players. Then the loss of Amaru, I would say I know Ajayi is a replacement a little bit. I watched him for West Brom, so he's a good enough replacement. So from the defense line, we didn't have much to do today. We were pretty organized. I think that's a rush of blood to the head moment where 2 seconds was trying to keep Salah on offside. That was just the only defense.
Oh, okay.
Mistake
You know what?
I think we made today.
Wait,
So
wait,
defensively
actually.
we are compact. Doing well, Ola
Wait.
Aina and the other guy.
Wait. Let me bring in, because I want to make us. So let me bring in your boy Aria. So Red Devil Studio. Let me even put you into the Hall of Shame. So Red Devil Studio. Let me just remind people what you said before.
What Hall of Shame, man?
You said that Egypt would destroy Nigeria. It would be.
No. I didn't
5-1.
say it.
It could
I
be
didn't say
6-0.
I did say that. I didn't say that Egypt would destroy Nigeria.
Remind us what this man was saying before.
I didn't say.
Thing was said. So, can you, before you break down the game, can you first start off with an apology of how you went against your own nation?
Okay, first and foremost, yes, I'm quite glad to take my L. I'm happy to take my L because I love Nigeria football clubs. So the way I see it, philosophy-wise, you hope for the best, but you expect the worst. So I was expecting the worst. I was saying, guys, keep your expectations low, but you might be surprised. And we were surprised today. We were surprised. I mean, I was at work, to be fair, so I didn't watch the full thing. So I saw the goal, but from what I saw, we pretty much controlled the game. I'll bet like Egypt a bit more resurgent in the second half. The goal from Kelechi Iheanacho was pretty well taken. It was pretty good. I was surprised that he dropped Iwobi, so I thought that was interesting. And then what would be even more surprising was Algeria obviously drawing to Serie alone. So you never know with this team. I don't know, but the problem is, HH, is that we've been here before and we've been disappointed before.
Oh, no.
So
but see, no, right. See, I say, nobody is expecting Nigeria to win it based off of the crap that was done. That is too much to place on Guavo's shoulders with a very young team to now undo the crap. But my thing though is you have to give credit where credit is due.
Yeah, no, of course.
A lot of people thought, Egypt with Salah and so forth will come against. Like the focus was on them. But because again, did you see Kelechi's goal?
So are we looking for new matches as well? Insane.
Sorry, say that again. Iheanacho's goal. Yeah, no, it was
goal.
Yeah, it was brilliant. It was brilliant. It's been the way he took it. It was brilliant.
It was brilliant, but he had so much time as well. So where was our midfield? Yeah,
no. Defensively it could have been better. No, I agree. So, but like just the way that he took it, like was fantastic. Like it's certainly one of the best. You can make a case it's probably one of the best goals scored in the tournament so far. So, I think as people already mentioned already that the issue with Nigeria is that we just weren't clinical enough. And whether if we play against, say, an Algeria or Senegal, potentially we could get punished. So we do need to be clinical. But it was certainly the most professional performance I've seen in the AFCON so far.
Yeah.
Who knows what can happen? So, but at the end of the day, it is still the group stages. So.
Oh no! Look,
I'm cautiously optimistic.
Okay, let me bring in some dubs in here now. I want to current. So, from your boiler comment says, sorry, we're doing that. So Dash 3 says, Raw played. Say thank you, Simon at right wing back. Good W. Wants more goals. I mean, do you know? Say again, which is I think it was what Friendly Beast was saying. Like, keep it simple, keep it effective. And I think bro, like, Hazem, almost everything I said in the pre-match came through. 4-4-2. You have your wingers, have your two strikers, because that is just what Nigeria are. Don't do like 3-5-2 wing back. No. Nigeria is a 4-4-2 team that have two dribbling, attacking wingers and
Yeah,
have
you need
two,
wingers.
either
Yeah,
two
that's
strikers
what.
or a guy behind the striker. That's just what Nigeria for football is.
Yeah, that's true.
Your boy K Dog says Nigeria all the way. W, yeah, man, big man, thank you, man. Like Cobham, just like the Bible, Moses is part of Egypt's downfall. Oh my. So that we're getting public out now. And the boy comment says Ekong is Salah's father. Shout out Mohammed Umbani.
Yeah, man. Ekong pocketed Salah, man.
Umbani says that he's Egyptian. And here he is. Wingbody says, now, guys, let me expose this man. So Umbani hides out in the members' hangout. This man, just like Red Devil Studio, had no faith in Nigeria. And Umbani, did you say that you were Egyptian? You said that you're currently on loan to Egypt. So please, don't give me any other rubbish, man. Look, let me come back to your boy Hazem. See, actually no. Before I come out to Egypt, let me just do a little bit more on Nigeria because I'm not done enough. Here's my thing. So my thing here is that I think the biggest winner for this was Guavo, because my thing is I just want Nigeria to play that Nigerian way. It's not perfect. It is not perfect. The talent isn't that was there when Guavo's time was there, and there were a lot of sketchy moments as well. So it was not perfect, but overall, for a first game, just taking over in charge from. Because we could just see this team is completely different formation, different positions, different approach. So it is very impressive that in the first competitive game after so many years, you were able to put forth such a commanding performance. So, and I think, look, again, in Didi, supremely underrated. That's why United won that guy. And I say for Kelechi, bro, this can be your tournament. It will not be, but this can be a tournament where you're like, bro, this was the guy that were promised in the under 17s. When he bowled in the under 17s and Man City bought him, this was the guy. Like, this was it wasn't Iwobi. No. It was Kelechi was the guy, like, yeah, this is the guy that can really be Nigeria's talisman and creative playmaker guy. Your boy Simon Moses is very simple, as I just said, a final ball. If this guy can have a final ball, you have an extremely quality player. So if I'm a Guavo, just say, bro, composure. Calm yourself, focus on your technique, and focus. Because if you now get good delivery in there, bro, it can be quality. What else I liked as well was the combination of Awani and Kelechi was looking very good as well. Sanusi, I knew this guy from the game FC Porto against Juve in the Champions League. Very, very good. So you now have Olaina and Sanusi, who are quality. So very impressed. All I will say though to Guavo is composure. Last final third, my issue was too hot-headed. Relax. Focus on that quality. Don't be too rash, because if these guys can just have that composure, bro, the quality is there. The quality is there to do something real. So for me, I am so proud. So proud of what Guavo has done. I mean, absolutely amazing. So let me come back to Hazem. So Hazem, look, Queiroz strikes me as a little bit of a stubborn manager, because he could go one of two ways, because he's at a crossroads now. He could either be like, nope, I still believe my way is the right way, but we didn't fully execute. Or he could be like, I really, because again, if his arrogance, because really Guavo tactically pimped him. He got tactically pimped by Guavo. Guavo completely pimped him out. It was a tactical beatdown. So if he is humble, you know what? Let me take my L. I was outthought by the superior manager Guavo. Salah, you go out wide. We play striker. Give Salah much more space, and let us play with a bit more high up with a bit more intensity. Or do you think he's going to be stubborn and double down in this approach?
Look, first of all, he changed in the second half. Okay, he changed his tactics in the second half. We played way more attacking in the second half, and that was because he made the changes that were needed. But it was too late. he made the changes in the 57th minute. He brought on the two attacking midfielders that we needed to play more attacking. At halftime, when everyone expected him to make the changes, he brought on Ayman Ashraf, a fullback. Like, I don't understand the change they made, but he changed at the end of the day. He did change his tactics, but what he did to Salah is unforgivable. And what he did, putting Salah as a striker and Mustafa Mohamed and as a winger, is unforgivable, because I just saw a stat that 66% of Egypt's crosses in the game came after Mustafa Mohamed came off the pitch. And he was a striker playing on the wing. So that shows you how much creativity he removed by playing a striker on the wing and Salah as a striker. You need to use Salah's creativity, bro. He's not only a finisher, bro. Salah is able to create chances, and for Egypt, he has always been good when he's been able to create chances for the rest of the team. We should have played as a striker and Salah has on the wing creating chances. And you know what's even worse? When Salah, when Mustafa Mohamed came off, he was the only striker on the pitch. Mustafa Mohamed. He came off, and for 20 minutes we were playing without a striker. And Salah was playing a striker and without any other striker and crossing into the box. We were putting crosses into the box. And that just shows you that Queiroz was clueless for most of the game. Then it improved when Zizou came on and so forth, but it was way too late. I'm not too pessimistic about the rest of the tournament, because I think Queiroz is going to learn from a mistake. He's not a bad coach. Even the Egyptian commentator was saying, like, we know who you are, Queiroz. We respect you. You're a great coach, but you messed up in this game. You're a great coach, but you messed up in this game, and he's probably gonna learn from his mistakes. And I'm sure that he's gonna start the other players. He's gonna start Zizou and Abdullah Said and more attacking players in the next games. And if he plays Salah as striker again, then I'm gonna lose hope, because that's just like suicide. And I can see many people in your comments just literally commenting the same thing, just blaming Salah, ignoring the rest of the game. I mean, sorry, man. If that's the conclusion that you take from this game, that Salah has a fault, then you never watch football. Then you don't have any football knowledge.
But see, you have to understand football fanship on Twitter. People like sound bites, and they like narratives and so forth. Because if you appreciates the game, and obviously, like, even I do it just to be like, if you like, hey, Kelechi is better than Salah, just for a few laughs. But if being real, and you watch the game, if you're played as striker and you don't have like peak Spain or peak France around you, you're not going to get the ball. So the whole point why the inside forward was such an evolution in football is that the inside forward is a striker and a winger at the same time. And if you're out wide, you have much more space. Look at how many times Moses got the ball. So imagine if Salah got the ball, the man saying that Moses got the ball. But if Moses as striker, he's not going to he's not going to receive the ball.
Just to clarify, are you saying that like strikers basically need need service, and you competent players to give them service to provide them goals? Is that essentially what you're saying? Why Salah didn't succeed?
Red Devil, where are you going with this? Because
I'm just asking. No. I'm not trying to set you up. I'm just asking the question.
I'm saying it was because he was played out of position and he was isolated. Mm-hmm. He was completely isolated. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So look, he whenever he got the ball, he had minimum of 2 players, and most of the time 3 players that were literally 1 centimeter away from him. And he was only able to get a couple of touches. It's even a shock that he got a shot on goal. Remember that the goalkeeper saved it. That's already an achievement, considering what he was dealing with.
I completely agree with you. And this is the thing when you're as a number 9, like if you're not supplied and that space isn't created by your wingers that are actually good, like it's like a graveyard shift as a number 9. So it's a difficult position to do, So that's what I was trying to clarify with where we understood that concept.
And you're receiving crosses, Red Devil. You're receiving crosses. You're not receiving balls on the ground. We only started playing on the ground in the 70th minute, and you have Ekong and Omeru, both big guys that are literally holding Salah, and Ndidi as well. And Ndidi was coming back as well.
Yeah. No, I agree exactly. It's like it's a great, because when people assume that, like, so I can like an example could be like, for example, maybe like someone like Cristiano Ronaldo, for example, if he's playing at a number 9 position, Like if you're not getting, as you said, Hazem, if you're not getting that service, you're not getting that supply, and your wingers are not creating that width, then it's a graveyard. You're not going to get that support. It's just not going to work. And I think people just assume that if you have a big name and you're talented, that like somehow you can just go into a position and score goals. Like it doesn't work like that. Like being a number 9 striker is a different position. You have to be, and the best number 9s are the ones that are able to, hold up play, bring obviously people in, but also drop deep as well. So and Salah at the end of the day, like he's not a number 9. So I don't know why people would expect it today for him to play in that position and to just pop off when that's not when it's a completely different skill set. Is what I'm trying to say.
Before I come to the friendly piece, when I just say this was Wingbanner says Nigeria baby Salah. Who you see? No, Umbane, I will not allow you to do this. You said you were Egyptian before, so you don't get to switch up. You said you were Egyptian. You fully rejected your own country, and now you want to switch up. Look at this fake man. Also, give me my PS5. You owe me. From Shogo Adeleke says couldn't watch the game, but proud of the boys. Proudly, Nigeria. No. I mean,
congratulations.
Yeah, you should have watched the game because it's. I said again, I've not seen Nigeria play that well for years. They've never played
for
that
years,
well
man.
in a row. Never
At all. At all.
So hold on. I'm coming to. So from your boy Precious Okovara says, HH, I told you we will win. Never stop believing. Look, I thought it was going to be 1-1. Now, I really thought Egypt were going to equalize, and I was like, oh damn it. So amazed that they were able to hold on to the ones that should have been 2 or 3, but I was fearful because I thought it was going to be like a 1-1. Andrew says Salah isn't the best in the world. Karim and Mbappe. Wait, okay, you can't use this as an example. You can't use this as an example.
You have some background noise. Somebody, I don't know who.
Yeah. Let me just mute him. Let's mute him, man. From John Jazzy, thank you, the dub, John Jazzy. Thank you for the dub, John Jazzy. So look, friendly.
Wait,
I mean, because I told you background noise.
Comments is asking if Egypt doesn't have a striker. No, we have. We have two strikers. We have 2 strikers, but the first striker was playing as a winger for the first half, and the second striker was brought on in the 90th minute. Okay, so this is the question for Queiroz right now. What were you doing with our strikers?
So okay, look, Ardis man, where can Nigeria? I mean, because here's the thing, I am not going to get overexcited. I'm not going to get because for me, my thing is people love to be reactionary. So after one game, Salah is now a brick. He's now trash. He's now crap. After one game, Nigeria are now the favorites for the thing? No. Yes, Nigeria have been by far the best team so far. They've definitely been the most impressive team. But it's one game. And there is still a lot to build up on. But from what you've now seen, do you feel that there's a potential for these guys to go all the way, or the lack of quality means that when they run into an Algeria or a Senegal, they'll hold that up?
It's difficult because ultimately it's the group stages, and from what I gather, it's like the fourth third best teams also go through as well. So I need to like double check and see what the pathway is to the final. But I suspect that if Nigeria and Algeria, for example, were to top the groups, they wouldn't meet into the final anyway. So I think right now the most important thing is that Nigeria top the group, and you'd anticipate that they would have a somewhat easy run. The fact they've beaten Egypt, I would suspect, means that the game against Sudan, for example, and Guinea, we should be fine with. So what I can say is I'm more confident that we will top the group and that'll be fine. And when you go into knockout football, it's a completely different matter. And I think what I would like to see is how our defense basically react with pressure. That's what I want to see, because scoring and holding it, and I think it was impressive that we were able to hold up for 1 win, even though we sort of controlled the game. But what I want to see from this team is like, okay, when we are under pressure, can this defense hold out? Because I'm still not convinced that this defense can. We might not face opposition that gives Nigeria defense a problem, but it would be nice to see just the defense just tested a bit, so I can know, okay, yeah, no, we don't have to worry about it because, you know, our keeper plays for Kaiser Chiefs, you know, so it is what it is.
You didn't have to throw that in there, man. You see,
Why
did you have to? You cannot just say that the keeper played. Why did you have to throw Kaiser Chiefs in there? You see, no, look, my thing is, look, man. I mean, I am not gonna get look after this. I'm gonna go on Twitter. I'm gonna go on Instagram. I'm gonna speak to my friends, and we're gonna celebrate. I'm gonna because look, it's been so I've been so starved of a moment like this when I can actually talk to friends and cousins and be like, oh man, like yeah, look at this team. It's actually
Oh yeah,
played
like
well and so forth. So,
no
but
shame.
what is it?
No shame. You can actually speak about Nigeria without sort
Yeah,
of
yeah,
like
no,
with the
no.
shame
You
that
see,
comes
you
with it.
see,
Yeah.
Red LC.
You deserve it. You deserve it, bro. You should
No,
celebrate.
but see, Red LC, I understood. Which is why which is why the real MVP is Guavo, because I understood where you were coming from. Because if you lose to Central African Republic and you play so badly where the football is basement level, bro, I told you,
Exactly.
like there were times when I was like, I didn't want to watch this team. I was like,
Yeah,
why am I watching
exactly.
this trash? So this is when I'm like, oh, I'm actually guys are dribbling, guys are doing skills, guys are really doing interesting things with the ball, guys are doing nice deft touches. Like, okay, this is what it's about. 'Cause look, see, this generation is nowhere near the golden generation that Eguavon was part of, because Eguavon was part of the golden generation from 94 to well, he wasn't there in 98, but from 94 to 96, but 94 to 98. I don't think Nigeria will ever meet that generation ever again. That was just a special group. But the thing though is you need the leadership, because this is what I need to know from the NFF is if Eguavon does well, does the Portuguese fruit seller still take over afterwards? So you see, because the NFF could look really bad, because my thing is that like because let's just see what happens. What if these guys do really well and they play really well? And like, oh, this is interesting. But you
I don't
now
know.
sack him.
I don't know
You
why
now
they
bring
didn't do like
the
an.
new guy.
I don't know why they didn't do like an ironic enough United like an interim thing like United did. Just give this Guago the interim Nigerian job. See how actually he performed in the African Cup of Nations, and then make a decision based on that. Why did they
Just give him
say,
the job, bro.
or
Why
just
have
even give, or even give,
Portuguese real
or
estate
even give him the
agent now
job?
No,
give him the job?
but
You know,
again, it goes back to the whole kind of slave mentality that is still prevalent in the NFL, because they just feel that we have to have a European coach. We just have to. So because like again, because Mourinho even knows, because Mourinho handpicked him, and I think I remember it was Omar Akatutu, about like the Nigerian reporter that I interviewed. He said that like Mourinho has a massive fan base in Nigeria, so people love Mourinho in Nigeria. So they'll say, "Oh, Mourinho, you're very famous here. We know what you've done. Please recommend us a manager." I love Mourinho. Mourinho should not be recommending a manager for Nigeria. No. So I think there is still that kind of slave mentality of our own are not good enough. We need to just go into Europe, and someone European needs to sort of recommend this to us. But why I like this victory is, yes, Kelechi scored the goal. Yes, Simon Moses had a great game. Yes, indeed, he had a great game. But the real star of this whole thing was Guavo, because it's like the way he got the team playing and how well he got his tactics. But that's why, because this is what I want to happen. Just as a thing, I want these guys to do really well, whether they win it or they get something, but to do really well, sack him, they bring in this coach, and we fail to qualify for the World Cup. If that happens, I'll be so happy, because I'll be like, oh, so you guys are that stupid, So you guys are that dumb, because it is peak stupidity of like, wait a minute, how have you not even
yeah.
put into the context of like, let's see how this guy does, because you've already had a guy. So what if this guy does well?
Do you think
You
that
now
you
remove
say?
him, and it'll be because remember, this guy that's going to come in, he's going to bring in pragmatism and defense.
Do you think that it's?
You
Do
don't
you
get
think
a
it's?
Mourinho guy to coach Nigeria, because
Yeah.
Nigeria are the complete opposite of Mourinho's philosophy.
You don't get
Man,
Mourinho for most teams, to be honest. But
they make
HH, have you seen the guy's record?
man.
no. What I was just saying is that, do you think that with the manager, I agree with the slave mentality aspect, but do you also think that it's also like a connection based thing, that like, because it's the same thing with when Keshi was there. There was always this kind of like oh, maybe we should undermine him. Oh, not sure. I never felt the NFF really. So I almost, in a weird way, it's almost like it feels like a native.
No.
Would
Do
he
you know
even
what?
get the support?
No, do
Yeah,
you know what
go on.
the worst thing was? So basically, I don't think there was about 2 World Cups. There was this guy, and sadly, rest in peace, he's dead. Shab Amodu. He would always take charge of qualification. So what happens is that he would qualify Nigeria for a World Cup. They'd sack him and bring in a European coach for the World Cup. I mean, do you know how dumb that is? So a guy who's taking guys all the way through qualification, playing a certain way, you would then now sack him, bring in a European coach just for the World Cup. Then of course they freaking fail. Like someone like Gus Hiddink was fully in charge for South Korea all the way through several games, then took them into the whole thing. But so this guy, so you will, and even the same thing for Keshi. That's why the guy got fed up. Because that's why even when he won the AFCON, he's like, no, screw you guys, because you've been trying to undermine me.
This is what I'm saying. This is what it's weird. It's almost like if it was a local Nigerian guy, like they would, rather than you'd think, oh, okay, this is what I'm saying. You think that if he won, let's say he wins the AFCON, you'd think, oh, let's maybe build something. Let's maybe show something. It's like, no, the mentality would be, no, how can we undermine him to show him that it's almost like, I don't know what it is. It's almost like the NFF are threatened by local Nigerian success. Yeah. As if like, if you get too successful, you'll get too powerful. And if you get too powerful, you'll challenge your authority. So in a way, like, it is slave mentality, but it's also a power thing. Because that foreign coach won't challenge their authority, is what I'm saying. They'll just accept whatever.
There is a natural acceptance of like a European being like in a more kind of scenario, even if sometimes they don't kind of around.
I agree,
they can accept them in a high role, but for a local guy,
but they won't challenge they won't challenge the authority. That's the thing. Like, and none of the foreign managers that come manage Nigeria have have spoken out against the FFF or had issues with the way that they've delayed payments to players. Like, you never see any foreign Nigerian manager speak out about the injustices that like the Nigerian football team have been through, etc. They just basically just do what they're told. They'll take the job, they'll do the thing, they'll do as they're told. But what you found is that, like, with likes of Keshi and so on, you have someone who stirs up the hornet's nest, who complains, who calls the NFF on their crap. And that's the thing. It's like, with a local manager, the worry will always be that as soon as they get successful, they'll get popular, they'll get powerful, and then they will challenge NFF. And the NFF don't want to be challenged. They don't want their authority to be challenged. It's easier to be like, go and hire a foreign coach, because at least he won't challenge your authority. At least that's the way that I see it.
Because my thing is that, why can't Nigeria do what Senegal have been doing? Because Nigeria have way more people and way more talented players than Senegal. Like, just based off just the population, Nigeria have 200 million people there. So Senegal, Cisse has been the manager for these guys for like, I think 4 or 5 years now. So you're building a rapport and a perspective. Yes, you'll fail, but as you fail, you learn. As you fail, you learn. As you fail, you learn.
Yeah,
because you're buying into an idea. Because with each manager,
ideas. That's what I'm saying, HH. Like, that's not going to happen.
It's not that simple. It's not that simple.
Yeah, because go on.
See,
wait, okay.
Let Hazem speak.
Hazem.
Yes, I'm saying it's not that simple. It's not that you just get a domestic manager and immediately you'll be successful. No, first of all, it's hard to find. It's not easy to find a domestic manager that is going to take the team to glory. It's not just anyone who's domestic is better than anyone that's European. You have to find.
No. See, the point I made is that finding one is hard, but try to find one. Obviously, I'm not saying they're automatically better, but the difficulty is finding the right one. No, you will find one.
But the problem is, HH,
you have to try and find the right one.
But we have to deal with the realities on the ground. We have to deal with the realities on the ground. We are still at a stage where coaching in Africa is still not at a very high level. You can say, okay, for the team spirit, for the understanding your players, understanding the players' situations, getting the players motivated, but the World Cup is different. Okay, this could be what helps you succeed in AFCON is different than what helps you succeed in the World Cup. A domestic coach could very well help you win AFCON, but be completely crap in the World Cup, because you're coming up against
a next level tactics, modern technology, and so forth. And many of these coaches, it's still the coaching game in Africa still needs a lot of work to improve. We have to deal with reality. I'm sorry,
Oh no, Hassan, you're right. No, that's fair. That's fair.
I would love to say that the domestic coaches are all we need, but we first need to look at the real problem. We need to see that there's a lot of potential in the domestic coaches, and we need to take advantage of that and invest in improving the domestic coaches in Africa, because you can see that the African teams want domestic coaches, but wanting is not enough. They need to be better qualified, and we need to have more choices. We need choices. Because the Egyptian coach we had Hassam al-Badri, he wasn't good. We need more top coaches that can deal with the players.
But that's my point. But that's my point, Hazem. Like when you if you think about it in the sense of like I said, for one, when coaches or local coaches become too popular and they get powerful and they often threaten the status quo of a lot of African countries, you then combine that with the fact that, to be honest, look at England, for example. How many good coaches do England actually have? I mean, relatively speaking, compared to the rest of Europe, they actually don't have that many good coaches. You know what I mean? And at least the FA, as far as I know, doesn't tend to undermine. The FA almost to the opposite. They tend to go for backing towards the English coaches, etc. So can you then imagine a situation where you don't have a dearth of quality coaches, and your FA is constantly undermining you and wanting to join the place? It's obviously not going to succeed. It's set up. It's designed to fail. That's the reality of a lot of African countries. You as a local manager, you are set up to fail because you cannot undermine the status quo, because quite frankly, you're getting tons of money from FIFA that's going into the back pocket of your homies and friends anyway. That's the reality of it.
Wait. Before I come to friendly people, let me just keep this jobs and I'll come to you friendly, bro. The comment says, how did RDS get CR7 in a game analysis? Shake my damn head. I have no idea.
He's one of the goats. So he
your boy Casey says, was Nigeria too good or Egypt were just awful? Egypt were not awful, but they just weren't very impressive. But Nigeria were good. So I think it was Nigeria being very good and Egypt weren't great, but they were not awful. They just weren't great.
And man for man, Egypt's players are not bad. We have some of the best players. Our players are good. Like we play in Ahli and Zamalek. These guys play in the Club World Cup, in the African Champions League at the top level. But it's about the tactics. The coaching. We need to play as a team. If you don't play as a team, that's it. And Nigeria were amazing. Obviously, we have to give the credit to Nigeria.
From your boy Wing Bubumbani, fake Nigerian, says, I was just trying to reverse jinx. Nigeria, baby. No, you weren't. No, you're a traitor, man. Traitor. Armed Critic says, Google the meaning of the word reactionary, bro. I was top set in English. I know what reactionary is. And reactionary is how people act on football Twitter. Football Twitter is the epitome of reactionary. Adashri says, worried about Nigeria's squad depth without Osimhen, Dennis, and Paul. Look, but I was impressed by the guys that, especially from Eduke, I was impressed that the guys that came in through. So I think the squad is good enough for the guys that have depth, because we didn't even see Oyekuru as well. So I think there are some boys that can still do well. But yeah, look, hence why I don't think Nigeria can win it, because I think if Nigeria came in with Osimhen, Nigeria could easily win it. But without him, because you could just see that they don't have a clinical guy. And Osimhen,
if Osimhen was playing, it would have been 3-0 minimum. If Osimhen was playing, it would have been 3-0.
For sure. Friendly Beast, talk to me. So, where do you stand with the whole thingy, man?
Now, see, I wanted to make 2 points about getting the local coaches. One, there's a rumor going about in Nigeria that the NFF use these foreign coaches to launder money, because you see the appointments don't make any sense.
Of course.
The appointments don't make any sense. A local coach will be doing well, all of a sudden you sweep him under the rug, you get a foreign coach, and then most of the times the salary you don't know about it. It's just something under the rug, kept hush and all the rest. That's the first one. Then the second one is an indictment to the local coaches. There have been reports that our local coaches collect money from players to call them to the national team, collect money from agents also to call their players. So you can see why the local these things are not just rumors. Journalists, okay, I'll say it's a rumor, but journalists that cover the Nigerian game will tell you that it's always
No.
there. Anytime you
No,
have
listen
a
to
local coach,
I think there
you
may be some
begin to
truth to
hear
this.
you
Yeah.
begin to hear some strange names getting a call up, and you'll be like, this guy, where is he playing? How does he get a call up over someone that's more impressive than him? So the local coaches won't have the benefit of doubt until they clean up. But it's difficult for them to clean up when you're not being paid. Genetro was owed for several months. A local coach is not going to take that. Okay, now let me break it down.
That's what I'm
The
saying.
local
Yeah.
football here in Nigeria, HH, I can tell you there are times where they go 2 years without pay. I stay near a team
My God.
as a local team. HH, those players go on debt for years. They are on
Yeah.
debt. So when the government pay them, their debtors are on their neck. Come and pay HH. It is not funny. So how do you expect the local coaches to cope? So one,
Yeah.
the guy up there, the Egyptian guy or the Egyptian fan talked about the quality of coaches. Yes, we can let's talk about the quality not being great. But the second one is this issue of them collecting money from agents and players to call them for national team. As long as you don't call the most informed people or people in the
Yeah, I
best
mean, fair
position
enough,
for
fair
them to
enough,
play, we will continue
No,
to
but
go
I
around
agree
in
with you,
this
but I'm
in
not
this
talking.
circle.
Yeah, but exactly, that's what I'm saying. When you have such problems like that, like when the NFF is cheating, and the local clubs are cheating as well with the coaching and the players, how can you even expect to have a good choice of coaches in Nigeria? How can Nigeria
HH,
produce good coaches if there's no
HH,
incentive?
I tagged you on a video on Twitter where the guy, I think it was Clement Westerhoff, was explaining that some foreign guys refused to come play for the Super Eagles because of match bonus. And he said he went to the streets of Port Harcourt, Aba, Bayelsa. He called it Worry. He went there and he picked up raw talent from the streets. HH, I can tell you, if we are a serious footballing country, we have quality players. Some of them are in Europe, but we have quality players spread abroad. See, if you don't want to put on the shirt for this country with every grace, like if you don't want to play for the national team, HA, there are 1,000,001 people available to play. Nigeria is a football loving country.
Absolutely. There's no doubt there.
It's a similar problem in Egypt.
No, but
actually,
see, do you know what? But this is the issue, and again, you will know. I told you, like, from growing up in Nigeria and so forth and everything, and going back, it's changed, but it hasn't changed. From living in Nigeria in the 90s and so forth, and now some things have changed, some things are exactly the same. There is still this whole thing of Europe will always does it better. Europe will always do it better. That thing will always remain the same. So, because I know if you go to any of the streets or the road, basically, this place, what's it called? Obalende, like under the bridge in Obalende. If you just go to, you can see the raw ability there, which is raw. But what do? You take the raw ability and you refine it. Okay, you've got this raw thing there. Boom. What's it called? Ronaldinho. Dino started at futsal. He's got the raw ability. But now you know how to you can't play futsal 11 aside, but you have that raw ability. Now that takes a coach to now be able to take that raw ability and now turn you into a proficient, effective 11-a-side player without totally abandoning that football that you learned from the road. So it's combination on that football from the road and how you now play 11-a-side. But the issue is there is always this slave mentality of Europe.
But HH, I get that, but what does that stop them paying them though? That doesn't. Why are they paying them though, man?
Wait, Alice, let me give you an example. You need this. See, I was recently when I went to Nigeria. So this is when I was in the airport. So this is in the departure place. I know they have basically army people who check your passports. This is the army. So if you're part of the army, you are literally part of the fabric of the country. So the guy looked at my passport and it said, like, indefinite stay. So the guy's like, indefinite stay. Wow. I was like, wait a minute. So you are amazed and impressed and almost jealous that I have indefinite stay in England. Shouldn't you be trying to promote Nigeria? But he knows that the country is such a mess And he himself, I'm sure, is jealous and envious of people who can go to Europe. So that idea of, you've come from England, you come from London, that idea of anything that is non-local, you always, bro, anything that's local, they'll spit at you. The moment you open your mouth and you sound foreign or something, oh my gosh, look at this guy, America, oh, look at this guy in London. You just speak with an accent, they will treat you better. But if you speak the local accent, like, who is this local person?
You're
missing the
no one disagrees with HH, but the issue is, at the end of the day, fundamentally, that still has no bearing on FIFA pay a certain amount of money to the NFF. You are tasked with giving that money to the grassroots level, to the coaches, etc. You do not do that. Like, at the end of the day, yes, okay, I agree. We shouldn't have, but that fact of the matter is that, like, there are other countries that still have that slave mentality, but they will still pay their players on time. They will still pay their coaches on time. They'll still do that.
Yeah, but Red Devil, paying players, paying the players is a problem. But you need to look at the roots. You need to go from the bottom down. First,
that's what I'm saying. So I'm talking grassroots as well. But go on.
Yeah,
so go on.
The players they have on the streets, you have, or whatever you want to call it, under the bridge. All these talents, Nigerians are very talented players. It's the same issue in Egypt. All these talents. What is the difference between African countries who have a huge talent pool and Brazil? Both are poor, but what is the difference? What is the difference in Brazil is that even though they're in poor neighborhoods and it's a poor country in general, they still take advantage of what they have. They have an infrastructure. They have a league. They have a good quality league.
Exactly.
These people on the streets, they have a way forward. Flamengo scouts, Fluminense scouts, all these clubs, they have scouts in the favelas. They have scouts in all these neighborhoods, all these bridges, all these bridges. And these talents have a chance of step by step going into the academy of Santos, academy of Flamengo. You need this in Africa. You need it doesn't even need huge money. It doesn't need huge money, bro.
Yeah, no. So no, but ultimately
real quick. See, the issue here is that, and this is what me and my brothers have. This is what my brother even told me like years ago. Do you know that we look at football like, oh, this just football is as a pastime? No, this is actually like promotion. This is a way of actually getting tourism. How do most people, when you say Brazil to most people, what's the first thing that comes into your mind? The football team. The first thing that comes, when you say Brazil, the first thing goes, oh yeah, that's the guys with the amazing football team. So that's his promotion, Now, if you now say Croatia now, people say, oh yeah, Modric, oh yeah, this guy and everything. So investing in your football team for it to be really good, because the World Cup is watched by billions. It is the most watched sporting event on the planet. So you actually, because the talent is there. So imagine if you invested in the youth, you actually took coaches in Nigeria. So, you know what? All you guys here, like Sunday, Lisa, Guavo, we're now going to pay for you to go to Portugal, Italy, Spain, and learn under the very best in Portugal, Spain, Netherlands. So you're going to go learn under Hiddink, learn under Van Gaal, learn under all these guys, and take that knowledge, come up with that knowledge, and then now come and coach the team. Also, we're not going to invest. So we're going to have, in every state, there's like a youth complex where you come in, coaches will come, and we'll even hire coaches from Portugal, coaches from Spain, coaches from the Netherlands to come and do specific coaching programs to try and cultivate. Because again, Germany, perfect example. When Germany screwed up, I think it was it Euro 2000, Euro 2000 or 04? Like, you know what? They now made a concept. We have like a 5-year plan where we're now going to invest a lot of money into creating a proper youth team. And never again will ever embarrass ourselves like that. So Germany always thinking 5-6 years ahead and are pumping money into really coaching the youth players. In Nigeria, the money, as I told you, like, bro, don't do that whole World Cup 2 years. Don't do that, because if you give that money to this NFF, do you think they're going to use that money and actually invest?
No, of course not. Of course not.
No,
they're not. See, my thing is that team, that's not the best 11 team in Nigeria.
Of course, it's not.
That we see that 200 million people, where football is the national sport, where every single person plays football. You can't tell me those are the best 11. Of course not. But because the infrastructure is so useless, And there are people in the NFF who are just here to use it to make money. They don't give a damn about developing anything, So
hey, we're talking about football here, let alone Olympics and other sports and stuff like that as well. Don't get me started on why we haven't seen a Nigerian in like the men's 100 meters like as of recently. But I see Japan and Italy in the final of a 100-meter Olympics sort of race, but no Nigeria, even though we're there previously. It's the investment. It's the investment.
There is huge talent in Africa. Africa has huge, like many of the Brazilian players in the golden generation with Pelé and so forth. Most of the players were of African descent. Pelé, African descent. Didi. And so, and even you could say Pelé and Zidane, two of some of the greatest players in the history, were both of African descent. North African and East West African. So Africa has a huge pool of talent that you could say even matches Brazil or is even greater in terms of pure talent. But it just needs to be taken advantage of, and it starts from the bottom. The academies and investment.
I mean, I even just think of Iceland. Hasn't even talking about league. Iceland don't even have a national league.
Yeah,
and they knocked out England like what was it in the Euros like 4 or 5 years ago, something like that. And Iceland have a population of what 200,000 people.
Yeah.
So you don't even need. I mean, obviously, I agree with the structuring, but like you don't even necessarily even need like a fully fledged full national league. But what you do need, as you said, in the grassroots, exactly in the grassroots, also in grassroots of the game, they invested there, and that's at the end of the day, if the money is still going to stay at the top of the NFF and it's not going to trickle down to the grassroots, in creating stadiums and buying people in, scouting talent, etc., and then obviously investing in the local leagues, it doesn't matter. And like I said, ultimately. The easy thing with a foreign coach is that a foreign coach is not going to question anything. They're just going to go ahead. When they get paid, they'll get paid whatever. If you hire a local Nigerian or any African country, but often like Nigerian coach, they will begin to question. They will begin to challenge, and then they'll be sacked or they'll be undermined because it's more profitable, it's more comfortable to maintain the status quo than it is to actually have any meaningful change. And that's the sad thing, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, no. I mean, because just even when he just said the whole thing of like, so you're hiring foreign guys to basically launder money and everything. And my thing is, as crazy as that may sound,
no, I believe it.
I didn't want to say too much. That's why I just kept quiet. Because I was like,
no, I told you he has a point.
When politicians are being like people just going into the house and you're just seeing like literally like 100,000 million pounds in these houses somewhere. It's like, why do you have like millions of dollars just stacked up like in a loft in your house somewhere? It's like just the education budget.
The saddest thing though. And that's just the great clause, which is why, and Nigeria, you only have yourself to blame. You can't blame anyone else. The saddest thing is how you've not seen the potential in investing in a truly amazing football team and what that can do for the morale of the country and the exposure of the
exactly.
country.
And don't forget about
guys, bro. Dangote is the richest guy in Africa. There are rich people there. So my thing is that the money exists, but the issue that you always have with Nigeria is when guys receive this money, they're like, why am I going to use this money to actually help the country's infrastructure, or is it to buy a massive big house there or so forth? Actually, friendly beast, I wanted to ask you this whole thing. What? Because obviously you're on the ground, because it's good that you're on the ground in Nigeria and everything. What is the thinking behind hiring this Portuguese guy as manager? Like, where did that thinking come through? And where Guavo is just this kind of intermediary, that's actually him giving it a chance as to if he does well, will he actually take on the job? Why are they hiring this Portuguese guy? Friendly beast. Oh no, it's not there. No, because I mean, my thing is that look, like you have to look at the bigger picture, because again, it's a nice to win vibes and so forth. But my thing is, I don't believe Nigeria will qualify for that World Cup. Like I don't think.
No. You're top of the group. Come on, you're top of the World
Cup. It depends.
The World Cup.
It depends who we get drawn against. If we get drawn, if we get drawn against Ghana, I actually do fancy a chances because Ghana look like even a worse situation than we are right now, to be honest. So
I mean,
you
no,
know,
but,
there's-
see, but the issue is, and the problem is, if you're bringing in a whole new manager with a whole new aesthetic and approach, that's going to mess up with the team. So because people thought, if this team plays well and they roll well, and the new manager comes and say, "Oh, this tactic you've been doing, no. I want you to now go to 3-5-2 defensive, counter pragmatic." Then it will screw up all the work that a Guavo would have done. So it just shows you the stupidity because my thing is that if you're going to hire, this just oh my god. So if you're hiring this guy, then why does he take over at AFCON? So how do you
I
hire
don't
him?
know.
And his first competitive game is going to be a World Cup playoff, as opposed to if it's a Guavon, you've played what, at least 3, 4, 5 games, competitive games in AFCON, and now you now know how to operate under this strategy for a few competitive games. So now, but the first competitive game this new guy is going to take is it will go, and he's trash. See, that's the thing that just annoys me. He's trash. The guy has a crap record. Even people in Portugal said, "But you guys had a bomb." Even people, no, in Portugal, people know that this guy's a bomb. So, Red Devil, can you see why this? Do you see why I really don't like this? And if this guy's just making
Yeah. It's. I mean, like I said, if Friendly Beast is back, like I'm sure he'll say like there is probably some, because to be honest, it just seemed the appointment seemed to come out of the blue. Like, and there's no progression or nothing. It's just very, very hush. And I like this point about the idea of like the whole thing of the salary being kept hush hush. Like, people not really knowing. Oh yeah, Friendly Beast, you're back.
This guy in the submarine, bro.
my friend, where are you?
They caught him, bro. They caught him.
Go to the silent place.
They caught him.
Go to the silent place. There's the background. Go somewhere quiet. Go somewhere quiet.
They found him. Bro,
Nigeria.
I'm praying that you're not kidnapped, bro, man.
Look, Nigeria is hectic. Things get hectic.
Yeah.
Things get hectic. So they continue.
No, yeah. So at the end, I won't be surprised at what Friendly Beast is saying is not correct. And like I said, the fact that there's not been any particular disclosure regarding the salary, where that goes, and stuff like that, there's clearly an ulterior motive regarding hiring this guy, because there seems to be no real reason, from what I've seen, that they went for this particular guy. What was it that attracted this guy, to take over for the Nigerian job? I don't know what it is. There's nothing. There's no transparency regarding the process whatsoever. Oh, Friendly Beast, yeah, go on.
Yeah. And let me tell you what Amadou Pinnick said, the Nigerian FA chairman. He said when he spoke to, I don't want to murder his name, but when he spoke to the new coach, the guy told him that during the 2018 World Cup, I think so, where Nigeria played Croatia, Nigeria had 45% possession, and I think the scoreline was 1-0 to Croatia. That Croatia team made it to the final, so Nigeria could have been in the final. Amadou Pinnick was impressed. I almost laughed. I was like, "What are you saying?"
Wow.
So he said, the guy said he's going to use. Yes, the coach has already told him the kind of software he's going to use for our players. This has nothing to do with software. Guavo did not need any software for 3 point today. It was clear. We played as a team. For the first time in over 2 billion years, I could watch Nigerian football. Yes, I panicked because I knew the player Egypt had, in Mo Salah. I was like, please, we don't have to consider, you have to be careful. But I enjoyed the football. This is different. So I think they are in between a rock and a hard place now.
Okay, so let me just get this clear. So you're saying that because I want to be clear so I know how to direct my hate. Because see, now I'm not getting hot right now. So you're saying that Portuguese coach said to Pinnick that Croatia all had 45% per possession and made the final. So his point was you don't need to have much per possession. So
No. No, his point was we did not look so bad against Croatia. So if that Croatian side can make it to the final, we, as Nigeria, we could have been in the final. So Amadou Pinnick said he was impressed. I was like, wow. So we're now seeing this is reverse psychology. Before it was the black guys trying to scam the white guys. Now this is a white man trying to scam a black man, and the black man is clapping for him.
Oh, you know what? No, but
HH,
no,
it
but
is bad.
no, but the point I'm making is this. Anyways, the point I'm making is that
This guy.
it's the stupidity. What if Guavo does well at this AFCON?
HH, the only
no,
winner
but
here
Manya,
is Guavo.
so even if he does well, because somebody has robbed someone's ego, it doesn't matter. This European has impressed me with using what's it called? It's iPhone 6, iPhone 12, MacBook X. What's that thing? Like Tesla, all that kind of stuff. So because he
With a software, I'll look for the name of the software.
Yo, HH, I think Abdullah
I'll look for the name of the software.
Abdullah said he wants to join.
Stupid idiots, man.
Send him the link.
Stupid fools.
So
HH, hold on. Let me read this well. So let's be for real. The Egyptian team is mid-tier. Nigeria is clear. It's only one game, man. Only one game. I'm trying to say you're misusing the word. Google if you don't trust me. I know what reactionary is. Reactionary is if you have an instantaneous reaction on something without actually fully really divulging it, man. I know what it means, my dear sire. Thank you, man. Inside Live today, man. Thank you for the dub, man. From young Mizzy, man. Thank you for the dub, man. Let's be honest, HH. The elite young African players are all playing for France. True. African countries will always be second choice to England, France, etc. True. Which is why an African nation is never winning the World Cup. Because all the good talent is going to go.
No, not never.
Not in a lifetime.
Oh yeah, maybe 50 years. 50 years or something.
HH, an African team can win the World Cup.
Wait. What's the name of the software?
I have the quotes now.
So give me the name of the software that this guy is using. What's the software?
Yes, I have the quotes. He said he used Y Scout. Jupinic said, and I quote, if you look at Pissarro, when I was talking with him, he was talking as if he has been coaching the Super Eagles for a long time. I got impressed. He brought the Y Scout, a software to analyze the strength of our players. He gave me the analysis of every one of our players scientifically. I was taken aback. When he spoke with the technical group, I was an observer and we are all impressed. I'm not done. He said, listen to me. Nigeria, you played against Croatia at the 2018 World Cup. In your World Cup opening match, they did not over-dominate you. It was 45-55 ball possession. He said Croatia eventually played in the final.
Ooh, Brick, Mike. We lost you. Have they got him? Please. He's exposed. He spoke too much.
Hansen, can you hear this nonsense? Can you hear this complete and utter nonsense? So you see, RDS. Let me be real with you. See, you may call me crazy, RDS. Let me be real with you. People who call me crazy. I want Guavo to do so well at this AFCON.
Yeah,
I am so behind it. RDS, if these guys don't qualify for the World Cup, I'll be happy.
Yeah,
it serves you right.
No, come on, bro.
Yes,
Hansen. You see,
no. It's personal, man. You want him to prove him.
This is needed. See, for me, if you're going this direction where you're not trying to use scientific stuff and everything, and you're not actually focusing on football and trying to get the best football, you're just focusing on Europe science and everything because someone robs your ego. Oh, you deserve to fail. You deserve not to qualify for the World Cup. So once you now fail, now what? So I mean, look.
Yeah, no. It's even hearing freedom. It makes me even more like passionate that I want Nigeria to succeed and do well for the simple fact that, like as you said, if I want him to win it. Because if he wins it, he can do like a 2 fingers to the FF. Like, listen, I probably wanted the job. You're sacking me. I basically given Nigeria the most recent success, and you're going to sack me for this brick Portuguese guy who basically convinced you because he could count to 10. You know, he
Yeah,
could
no one
you could
knows
use
who he is,
Microsoft
bro. No one
PowerPoint.
knows who he
No one
is.
knows who this Brit is. You know,
Yeah.
so like that would be the ultimate. It would be the ultimate for me national embarrassment for the NFF if Nigeria do well at this tournament. It would be ultimate national embarrassment for them to say we relieve you of your duties
No.
if this guy does well.
See, now, guys, listen to this thing right now. You see, and even bringing Egypt into this whole thing. You see, Hazem, do you know what will make sense? Hazem,
What?
one of the players from that treble run should be taking their coaching badges and be like, I'm going to now bring in what we learned from our guy.
Shahata, yeah.
I'll bring what we learned from guy because then you can see its synergy. Beckenbauer, when Beckenbauer was manager, for sure, he used the knowledge that he learned as a player when he won the World Cup as a player in 74. And he used that to help Germany win in 1990. So there's a pattern through. What's the beauty of having an Guavo? He works under Westerhoff and Bonfrejo and that golden team. So yes, that was Nigeria at their best. So I'm going to use what Westerhoff taught me, and I'm not going to use it to infuse it because Westerhoff really was able to get Nigeria how they played. Stephen Keshi, who played under Westerhoff as well, won the African. I'm sure Keshi used the knowledge of what Westerhoff had. And what was Westerhoff? A guy who had a Nigerian wife and lived in Nigeria and was embedded fully in the fabric of Nigeria, so understood what it was about. Like what you now have in NFF right now are just like mindless people who it's a power trip. It's just a power trip. Like you don't care. Red Devil, they don't care about Nigerian football. They don't care. So, like I said, if you don't
Sorry,
care,
I see what the chat.
Wait, Red Devil. If you don't care, why should I care?
Yeah.
If you don't do this for a power trip, why should I care about how well whether you qualify for the World Cup when you're now trying to use science and everything because it impresses you?
Like Nigeria, someone said in the comments, Nigeria hired a stats merchant from Twitter.
Yeah,
That's effectively what it is, to be honest. It's literally a stats merchant from Twitter.
Yeah.
That's literally the Portuguese version that it is. Like, there's no. Don't get me wrong. No one's saying that stats aren't important, but like, my goodness, man. Like, if it just took you that, if what Freaky B said was correct, and like, that's all it took. Just a simple like referencing one game, like one unique situation, a game that we still lost.
Oh, no, and no. Oh,
You know,
and Red Devil, Nigeria were trash in that game. Nigeria were trash.
Exactly, and they were garbage.
They were
and you're like, but because they did, Croatia only had what was it, 45%, or you know, you're like, well, you know, we can go on and win the tournament. You know, like, you know, you can maybe use that logic sparingly for the AFCON, but are you honestly going to take that logic to a World Cup? Is he really going to take that logic to? No. I don't know.
So look,
I don't know.
Look, Hazem, do you still have faith in your Egyptian boys, man? To go all the way through, like, because again, Twitter is going to be is very being very brutal to Salah. So,
Look, bro,
the second game can't come soon enough, bro.
We have all the tools to turn this around. Okay, first of all the way, even like at the beginning yesterday, I said I don't think we're gonna go all the way. I think quarters. We have the potential to reach quarterfinals, and we should have gotten a draw against Nigeria, but we failed miserably, and Nigeria outclassed us. And now the thing is, we just need to see if the coach is stubborn or not. If the coach is not stubborn and plays the right players, we saw in the second half that we can still be a threatening team. And if you play Salah in his right position and you get the other players into the game and do not isolate your best player, then we have a chance, because our players are not bad. Trust me, HH, our players are not bad. They may have looked bad in this game, but they're not bad. We have to now just focus on beating Sudan and the next game, and we can get out of this group. We can get out of this group. The problem is then we're going to be facing Algeria probably, but Algeria drew against Sierra Leone, so you never know who you're going to face in the round of 16. Egypt still has a chance. We just have to move forward now and bounce back from this loss, because Nigeria had a great game, and sometimes it happens. The other team outclasses you, but Egypt have all the tools to go forward. We man for man, we have a great squad. Okay, not an unbelievable squad, but we have a good squad. Okay, maybe people don't know the players apart from Salah because people don't watch African leagues or and so forth. But we have some good players, man. We have some good players, and I think Queiroz, you just have to change your mindset. Okay, get the team together and play a more attacking football, like in the second half, and don't play Salah and as a number 9, because that's never going to work. So all credit is due to Nigeria. I still think Egypt can do well in this tournament, and this is all preparation for the World Cup, of course, as Queiroz said. But we need to do on this AFCON.
Let me just hit this and then we can ride through. Wait, so your boy Lacobon says, HH, do you see I can't fully get myself. Okay, do you see why I can't fully get myself involved into Nigeria? The corruption and incompetence is so ingrained. I don't even know. Shake my damn head. No, look. I mean, as I said again, both of my brothers have pretty much just X'd Nigeria completely. Like totally. Like one of my brothers has literally just one of my brothers has a hex on the team. So he literally says he's actually put a hex on the team to fail based on how much he now hates them. So bro, it's real, bro. It's real. Because it's as an Irish Nigerian, I get no international hope. Yeah, but that's not.
Did you guys see the after the game, the Nigerian coaching staff was taking pictures with Salah? Did you see that? They were taking selfies. They were asking Salah for a selfie.
Okay, all I can say is that at least it wasn't the players, but that's all I can say. Wait. Friendly Beast, are you still there, bro? Friendly Beast.
I'm worried. I'm worried.
No. Yeah. Wait. Can you just expand on this whole thing of what? Okay, where does this come from? I know it's only a rumor of hiring foreign managers to launder money.
But Friendly Beast, be there? Are you there?
Well, I think maybe they got to him.
We need to. Oh, he's there. Go on.
They're interrupting a single, bro. They're interrupting a signal.
Okay, HH, I don't your question again. I can hear you loud and clear. Go through your question again.
Okay. I said that. Please tell us more about where does this thing come through of hiring foreign managers to launder money? How does that work?
How we get foreign managers, or why we get foreign managers? I don't get your question.
No. You said that the reason why they hire foreign managers is to launder money, and they use them to launder money.
Yes, the rumors are there because most persons have looked at this issue critically. It's not making any sense, like you rightly explained. Someone will do well, get the country to a good phase, and maybe there's a little bit of synergy. Now, I wouldn't say it's all the time where the local guys have covered themselves in glory. No. There have been a few times where I think under something CRT also we didn't do so well. I can understand that. But most of the times the appointment with these foreign guys is shady. You won't know the full extent, or you won't know how much they receive as salaries. One, at the same time, there's always an organization in front that is like an intermediary between the coach and the federation that receives the salary.
And
so you don't know if
go months without paying them. That's why they can go months without paying them.
Yes, so exactly, you don't know if the guy is receiving X amount or not. So, for instance, the federation can tell the government, we are paying him $1 million net for the year, and if you check it well, the guy is just receiving maybe half of that. So, see, the issue is trust and transparency, because they've always been shady with money. Do you remember one time, I think it was in the World Cup, when our players were going on strike, that they were not going to play? You remember that year? See,
Yeah,
as long as the NFF will
Yeah, I remember.
continue to be shady with finances, these rumors will keep lingering. Like the rumors about local coaches taking money for what's it called, to get people a call up, so,
Oh
so
yeah.
that
Oh, no.
with
That
them
is facts. Those are facts for sure.
See,
For sure, those are
with
facts.
them playing for their countries, an opportunity for them to get better deals. The same thing with the coaches too. So with the NFF. So if the NFF is not straight with their dealings, I had so much hopes. Long story short, I had so much hope on this Amaju Pinnick of a guy, but I would say he has not impressed me. If he's going to be, swept under the rug, or if he's going to be in a local balance here, if they go fit use his head like that, if a white guy go fit use his head like that, then that means his head is not in the right place. So basically, it's a rumor, but he had so much foundation, and most of the journalists are just tweeting about it, that they suspect
Sorry,
serious money laundering. Now, this coach has been sacked, right? What's it called? Again, not draw.
Yeah.
We don't know how much salary is being owed. We don't know. So all we know is he still owed salary, and at the same time, since he signed a new 5-year contract recently, he's going to be paid. So how do they intend to pay him that money? I think the money is about $51 million or so. Where will the NFF get that type of money to pay him? So it's too shady.
Look, man, guys, let's. It's a great day for Nigeria. I'm looking for Egypt's 1-0. We went in deep talking about Nigerian football and so forth. On what to just see how things progress and move forward, man. But look, man, thank you guys for joining me in on this. And guys, we'll see you next time for obviously Nigeria's next match and so forth. And as I said again, at Guavo, you have my full support. If you do get sacked and exalted, I wipe my hands clean. Guys, peace out, stay true, one love. Peace.
Peace.